right. How did I get designated for the record button hit?
Because you're closest.
This is true.
And plus, I'm pretty sunk into
This is
my
a
chip.
first, baby.
Yeah,
Look
what do you guys
this.
think?
We're
We have
doing
a
little
3-person
mixing it
on-camera
up.
discussion. God, I can't even talk today.
We're getting a little crazy. Yeah, we're getting a little crazy in our old age. We figured we'd try something new.
Yeah.
We got Morgan in the house to talk about conspiracy theories. So, and you could still see. Look at the eagle, looks good.
Yeah.
Got our little mask. Yeah. So we're good to go. We're trying something a little new.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about conspiracy theories.
But first,
How exciting is that?
it is very exciting. I think a lot of people that watched our last conspiracy theory episode have probably been waiting for this for quite a while now. And if it's just one person, if there was one person that was waiting, here you go.
He sounds great. I forgot. This is the first time this has been on camera.
What?
And if Nick looks like he's laying down, he's not. He's actually in the shortest chair known to man.
It's pretty comfy. I'm not gonna lie.
Ever manufactured. It's like
He's in a literal sinkhole right now.
yeah,
Kind of. Yeah.
It's just.
I know it just sounds like I'm laid down on the floor or something, but I'm not. So
So yeah. Anyways, well, let's. Who wants to start off?
Well, I think Morgan.
I actually have a crazy story that actually happened to me.
So this could be like a story, and then we'll get into
Did this
theories.
happen today? This
It happened at 4 a.m.
Today. Okay.
So I was sleeping. Something woke me up, and it was a bang. So I'm like, okay, well, I thought it was like a car backfire or something, and then there's a window right by my bed. So I peeked out. There was a man walking in the middle of the street, and he had something in his hand. I didn't see his face. I didn't see what he was wearing. I didn't see what he was doing. All I saw that he was walking and had something in his right hand.
The hell?
Yeah. So, and then I talked to my dad about it, and he said, oh, it was probably just some guy taking a walk, because he's like, some people like to take walks at 4 or 5 in the morning in our neighborhood, and he's like, It was probably just a car backfire or a semi-truck broke down because we're right by the highway. So maybe that was it, but I don't know. But why was there a creepy man walking around in the middle of the street with something in his hand?
That's a little fishy to me, but I guess, we'll never know, right?
And again, it's not like he was wearing a Michael Myers mask or a Jason Voorhees. He was just a normal man walking around.
Right.
Interesting. That is an interesting story.
No, you got there's some freaky stories out there that people share. I'm like, dude, if that were your situation, I'd take my pistol and start asking some questions. But that's a topic for another time. So, but I know that we left off Fletcher and, Maury, it's been a while since we've been. Yeah, she's upset that my water bottle's empty because I drank it all before the end of the episode. So, guys, we're trying to get into conspiracy theories, and now you're just.
I know.
I needed my mouth was dry. I needed to get moist. I'm sorry.
She's been out of control since she arrived today.
I also have been up since 4 in the morning. So
I think
she does have that going.
That definitely has something to do with it.
Yeah. So, but the last time we talked about conspiracy theories, we left off with, I think we talked about the moon. Like moon landing not being real, then I say space is not real, and then you mentioned Bigfoot or something. And Morgan, did you have any conspiracy theories in particular that you wanted to talk about?
The Wayfair conspiracy theory.
Wayfair?
Yes.
I'm not. Did you tell me about this?
No, I actually just found about it today by our wonderful friend Abe.
What?
And I looked into it, and I believe everything about it.
What would
Wayfair.
that?
Yes.
What would that be?
I don't.
You know what Wayfair is, right?
You know nothing about this, Nick? 'Cause I don't.
Zero.
Do you
Zero
know what
for
Wayfair
me.
is?
If
So
you
this is
explain
good.
to, if you explain to me,
So
I might
do you
know.
know what Wayfair is?
No.
If you explain to me what it is,
It's just a website where they sell like furniture on a good
Oh,
price.
oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay, that's coming. That's coming.
Wayfair is just what I need. That one.
I'd actually never heard that.
Yeah, that's their
And that's their slogan.
That's their slogan.
Is that how it sounds?
Well, yeah, but I can't sing for shit, so it probably just sounded like a bird howling in the wind.
Okay,
So-
okay, we'll go with the Wayfair
So, because I was going to say something else, I was going to say another one, but this one is actually way more intriguing than what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
And then I looked into it, and what it is that it is a pedophile ring.
What?
Yes. Because when you order children's furniture, that means you're ordering a child.
What?
Yes, there's a special code out there on Wayfair that's on the dark web that if you put it in, they'll give you a child.
So
For
This is a terrible conspiracy theory. No, I'm meaning in the fact of what it's about.
that I'm just.
I mean,
like,
it could be legit.
it's a level of,
and
like,
again,
inhuman.
I wanted to
that's
say
bad.
that I wanted to say this to like warn people as well if they want to use Wayfair.
I think that's actually fair to do. That's actually good. I'm glad you're bringing this up.
That's the only reason why I wanted to
because-
say it, to just warn people in general.
Well, after we all saw the sound.
Because, I wanted to say something because I have been in the daycare industry for about 6 years, and Nick knows this story.
Oh God, this one.
There were two young boys. They were 13. Their mother got married, and she sold them.
What?
She sold them, and
Wasn't this the same year that?
This was in 2020, 2021.
Oh.
And it was
Sold the children.
in Nigeria. And she wound it up dead, but they're fine. They're back at home now. They're fine. They're with their grandma.
Wow.
But
Well,
and
God bless them.
And
dude.
yeah, because their grandma pretty much took custody of them because of what their mother did.
Well, yeah, I
And
would think so.
I never met the mother. I only met their grandma. They were both twin. Think about it. Two young twin boys, black, and they were homosexuals. Think about that.
Good grief.
Those are three huge things that they're looking for. Black,
Well,
homosexuals, and young teenagers.
unbelievable.
So
This is
thankfully now they're 18, 19, so they're of age, but they were found about a year or two ago.
Well, I'm glad that they were found, and honestly,
I was told that they died, but that was their mother that actually.
So she lied about their fate too. Man, what an evil. Honestly,
the man that she married, that she wanted to marry, he said, "Oh well, you have to sell your kids, or you either choose me or your kids," and she chose him, and then she wound up in a sex ring, and then they got back home, and then she wound up dead.
Oh my God.
sorry if you do that. You have a special place in hell with Hitler,
So.
as far as I'm concerned. But
Jeez.
honestly, I'm glad
That's
you're talking
such
about
a
this.
sad
Devin and Daniel,
story.
I am so happy that you guys are safe with your grandma.
God bless you, kids. Seriously, and I'm glad
If
you're
you're
bringing this up.
if you're out there, Miss Morgan misses you and loves you very much.
Honestly, I'm glad you're bringing up this Wayfair thing, and honestly, it blows my mind. And by the way, of course, critics criticize this movie because they say you have to be a conspiracy theorist to make this movie. But when all three of us watched the Sound of Freedom movie, I knew pedophile rings are big, but what awareness that movie brought is unbelievable. And as a father myself, I say the same thing with Passion of the Christ. I can't rewatch. Okay, I can rewatch Sound of Freedom, but it's not a movie like you, Fletcher. You know, on the weekend you like to rewatch the two Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies. I love Sound of Freedom. I think it's a great movie, and I can watch it. I can't watch it the way you watch Sherlock.
It's because of the subject matter, right?
It's yes.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. Both times that I have watched it,
Jeez.
I have cried because I just
Yeah, no, that's an emotional movie.
yeah. And so this Wayfair thing, I think this is very important. I hope this video gets the most views out of any video we've gotten and more, because I think people need to know about this. So thank you for that, Morgan.
Now I don't know anybody that has used Wayfair,
but you never know.
but you never know, and it is like I think it's like up to like 75 to 80% off of like furniture, so that's like the reason why they're so priced low
Right.
because of that. So
Well, to make things on a lighter note, more intriguing, more provoking to people, I'll start off with you, Fletcher. You want to say that you don't think we landed on the moon?
Yeah, well, we talked about that in a previous episode. There's just too many factors of like why that doesn't add up. I mean, we went over that,
Right.
like I say in a previous episode. It's alarming at how many factors are at play there. That I mean, just the way why is in space the flag shouldn't be waving? Like, what is that all about?
Like, where's the wind? There's no
the
wind.
the footprints on the astronauts' boots don't match, like
Right.
the actual footprints on the footage. You had that what is it? The Van Allen belts, the radiation belts that at that particular time in the '60s we didn't have the technology that would have withstood. Like, so it's like, well, there, that one factor alone, it's like nobody talks about that. We didn't have the space shuttle at that time where you had the technology of could you endure the radiation, the people inside, and not come back looking like one of the Fantastic Four members, like, you know, Thing or something. It's there's too many factors that don't add up for me on the landing of the moon. I don't know, call me crazy. Maybe I'm a nut job, but I just don't think. When I, you know, growing up, you take everything at like a grain of salt and you just believe everything that you're told. But as I got older and it's like, you start looking at some of the different factors, I'm like, like that, you know, that's flip-flop with me, the dichotomy of like landing on the moon and Bigfoot, because when I grew up, I thought Bigfoot was a real thing. And now as I've gotten older, that's one that's kind of waned. I don't know. I don't think so. Like, if I was a betting person, which I'm not, I would bet on the hedge on the fact that Bigfoot is not real. That was a hoax. I mean, because you got that film, what was it, 67, with that
I thought it was
famous
63.
67 is the film with Pattinson, the famous Robert Pattinson and Bob Gimlin film, where it's like it's taken in that certain millimeter where it goes slow.
Yeah.
And they got
Yep.
Bigfoot walking along. But then the grandkids of Pattinson find like this giant hairy suit in the attic, locked up in like a thing when the Pattinson dies.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, what was that? Why did he own a giant hairy suit that looked like
Right.
Bigfoot?
It's like
I'm not saying it's not real, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that kind of like debunked Bigfoot over the years. I didn't know. What do you guys think in terms of the reports since 1967? That was the film that started like everybody like thinking that there actually was a Bigfoot. That's how, like, that long ago, that type of medium, and they put that on the 3, 5, and 8, the 6 o'clock news, Robert Pattinson's film. Like, oh my God, what is this creature? That type of thing. Since 1967, how many sightings do you think have actually been reported of Bigfoot, where somebody goes to a police station and actually reports a Bigfoot?
so
The only things that you see with Bigfoot are like blurry videos or
right.
like pictures that like you can't even, that are from far away. So how do you know if that's real or not?
So
How many reports do you think?
So,
It's
are
just
we
like
going off of
It's
what?
just a food for thought. It's
Are we going
interesting
off
to
of?
me.
I would say
I
they,
thought the number would be a lot higher, but it's not.
Well, I
I-
have a guess, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Say-
think it's like a dozen a year, maybe.
So, like, I've seen some reporting, but are we actually talking statistics? Actual statistics?
They have an actual organization that's part of. It's like attached to a government organization.
So
it's
if
called
I'm-
the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization.
So, how many are reported
The
a year? Or how
BFRO.
many?
I'm a part of the BFRO, the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. Imagine the guy who's heading up that department. I happen to be the chief superintendent of the BFRO. You know, it's like, dude, you're like taking phone calls on Bigfoot like for 30 years. I don't think it's that big a deal. But
So, how many do I think have been reported total? Since 1967?
Since 67, yeah.
I would say, I've seen when I used to watch one of my favorite shows on Animal Planet, Lost Tapes. They touched on cryptozoology and stuff, which is what Bigfoot is a part of,
Yeah.
and Mothman.
Great
which
point. Yeah, that's a great
I
point.
mentioned in the previous conspiracy episode. I'm just gonna ballpark this. I'm gonna say 500,000.
That's where I would have went. I would have went 250 to 500,000. There's only been since 67. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Right or wrong? There's only been 75,000 reports according to the BFRO. And then there's only of that 75,000, they only can hone down and say 5,600
Seriously?
are credible sightings, meaning, going to Morgan's point, meaning that whatever tape, whatever photo, whatever they have as quote unquote evidence is what they classify as somewhat credible. So I thought that was such a low number. Since 1967, it's a long time. I thought there would have been way more sightings and way more credible reports, but there aren't. So
I guess,
and they still don't have a definitive answer. They have no bones or anything that would certify or validate, even in the slightest degree. Like dinosaurs. I mean, a lot of people can argue, well, it's just some guy's interpretation of what that dinosaur looks like. No, it's pretty much that's what the within reason. That's what the dinosaur, because you have the bone structure. We've never found a Bigfoot skeleton anywhere. It doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but
it's just never been found. I actually have. I'll just sneak in two small ones. Well, one small one that I'll go into, my bigger one.
Yeah.
That I wanted to reply to in response to your
Bigfoot. Yeah.
No, well, the small thing will be responding to your Bigfoot thing, but the bigger thing will be responding to the moon landing, theory
about space,
and that's in response to your Bigfoot thing. I kind of think my small theory. So in regards to Bigfoot, there's a couple things I'll say. I'll just say this super quick. With Bigfoot, there was one statement I heard, and I think this rings true to this day, is if Bigfoot were real, we would have found him by now. So that's
I agree.
so that's
Yeah,
one.
That's why.
And then two, now in the age of, and this is why I hate it more than ever, and this is a topic for another time, and that's my hatred for artificial intelligence. And I'm not talking people say, oh, you use AI when your bank does AI when it comes to counting your money or something. I'm not counting that, because yes, we could argue that since the internet was a thing, that there had to be an artificial intelligence that made a search engine, for example. You know what I mean? To power a search engine, you need artificial intelligence. I'm talking AI, robots, and then AI making resumes for people. Yes, that's a joke regarding AI. Oh, I use Grok or ChatGPT to fill out resumes. This is a real thing. I'm not making that up. But in the age of AI that we're in now, I don't think if anyone says, oh yeah, I have pictures, I have footage of Bigfoot, who knows if you can trust that with how AI is now?
Right.
Who's to say that that's accurate or not? So that's just what I had to say there. And then to the dinosaur thing, my small conspiracy theory, and I'm not going to get further into it because I would have to pull up my PowerPoints on this, that I don't think dinosaurs went extinct 65, 66 million years ago. I actually think they're still existing today. Now, people will say, but Nick, look at all the skeletons we found. I do agree. I don't think the T-Rex exists anymore. I think that one has gone away for a while. But there are reports in the 15, 16, 17, even 1800s, and I think even the early 1900s in Indian tribes in like Africa or parts of the world that are not in the U.S., there are reports of tribes. I know you guys are going to call me crazy for this. That they had
But you already are crazy.
this is true. I am a little bit crazy, right? Crazy for thinking that.
We all are. That's a good thing.
I like I like to reference this a lot. It's like what the cat said in Alice in Wonderland. We're all mad down here, right? So, but there were, I think, even reports as early as the 15 or 1800s that velociraptors were used just like how horses were. Not in the way like people riding velociraptors, like, you know, whatever, like you see in Jurassic Park or something. I'm talking like they have them like chains, like they would have horses on carriages. They had raptors on carriages, or
wow,
or something
that
like.
would be cool.
Or I asked my friend, and the reason why I'm talking about this, Morgan, you know who I'm talking about. Shout out to you, Mason. Love you, man. Hope you're doing well. That the way we see like squirrels and, you know, eagles and stuff like that. At some point during the 1800s, they would see a T-Rex just the same. They'd just see a T-Rex passing by, like, hey, you know, what's up? You know, like, whatever. But again, that is a whole thing for another time because we can spend 40 minutes just talking about that alone. So that my small theory is I do believe that dinosaurs still exist. Look at crocodiles. Oh, and I'll end on this point. In 2019 in Texas, don't know what city, there was a report of a winged creature. And when people asked multiple people who reported this, you won't see this on the news, of a winged creature. And when people drew it, described it, and interviewed these people, whatever, I think it was like 50 people that saw this or something like that. All descriptions and pictures lead towards the description of a pterodactyl.
What?
Yeah. I'm not making it up. These are just reports up here. And you know what? It could be illogical. It could be a fallacy. It could be made up. It could